I know teachers are not supposed to have favourites, but I'm not a teacher. So from the year 2015, these are my favourite toys. Number 6 is a remarkable device which has got 1,200 tiny little micro mirrors in it. Love, hate, mirror has no colour. What a strange thing. It's a funny looking mirror too. This is actually a memo pad with a very clever little optical device in the top. When you open the first page of the memo pad and line up your eyes exactly, you should see the word love appearing there in red letters with a white background. It's coming from this side of the page. But without changing your field of view, the next page should produce the word hate, H-A-T-E, but in green. And then they repeat the thing but with different colours, just to convince you that there is love on that side and there's hate on that page. And then they play around a bit. For instance, this one's got no coloration at all, but if you put your hand here, you'll get one word, and if you put your hand like that, you get another word, the other word appears. And then they mix the colours up a bit, which is rather nice. Have a bit of yellow in the background for love, and a bit of colour in the background for hate. And then it repeats itself. This one's got a more sort of mellifluous colour arrangement, but I think it's love again, and it just is, it's a nice little merging of the colours. And then it repeats itself as a memo pad. It's a most ingenious idea, because the angling of the mirrors, of the little pixels of the mirrors, is what makes it work. And I think it's absolutely brilliant. Love, hate, a mirror has no colours. A memo pad though. That was number 6. Now number 5. I've always loved magnets, so we were delighted to be approached by 2 young designers from Hungary with their latest invention. What have we got here? A copper tube? It's very thick-walled if it is a copper tube. It's more like a block of copper with a hole going through it. It's very heavy. It's got a nice suede band of grey to help you to hold it in your hand. You need that because it's a good weight. Comes with 2 other pieces in a box called Field Flux Original, along with a little pouch and some blurb. The interesting bits are these 2 pieces here though. This is just a stand so that you put it on your office table ready to be played with. When you want to play with it, put the stand aside, and this is the interesting bit, these 2 pieces here. It looks like a piece of metal, but actually like steel, but no, it's a neodymium iron boron ball, quite heavy, and with immensely strong magnetic field. See what happens now if I pass it through the copper. It slows right down, almost as if it's crawling through that hole. There's a very strong eddy current that is going around the copper tube and impeding the progress, almost as if there's thick treacle inside there. If you look at it from above, it's even more remarkable. You look right over it, you can see the ball going down at a very, very slow pace. And once it's on the bottom, it drops quickly. So it starts off and drops slowly and then crawls through that hole, simply crawls through it like a snail. Amazing stuff, how slowly it goes. And then you can do various acrobatics with it. You can make it pour it out from the front, and you can pour it out from the back. And if you can juggle with it and make the thing up and down, there are several very nice little games you can play with it. But for that you need to practice, preferably over a table with a cloth on it, or best of all outside on the grass, where when it drops to the ground it won't shatter the ball. It's an astonishing version of the Lenz's law effect. It's almost as if there's a whole lot of treacle in there suddenly formed. It just doesn't want to go any speed. Oh, it dropped through. What a bit of magic. The Flux Original, that was number 5. For number 4, some of you may know that I don't own a television set, so you might find it strange that I find the next one so compelling. Yes, well, this is a different sort of way to read a book, of course. I'm looking straight ahead, but the book is quite clear because I'm using prism specs. There's a little prism in each of the eyepieces. Whatever's down here comes up and is reflected into the eyes. What I like about these is the quality of the glass, which is superb, and they are glass, and the quality of the frames as well. Very, very strongly made in plastic and very pretty. And the idea is, you've got a crick neck, I suppose, or you just like looking straight ahead. You have to look straight in with the book on the table in front of you. You could also use these, I've been told, if you're lying in bed and you want to look at the television at the foot of the bed, just look up at the ceiling with these glasses on, it'll still work like that. I just like the idea of being able to look straight ahead and see down on my lap what I'm trying to read. Feet on the floor, but I suppose you could make the other way around, but it doesn't fit well, but it's a bit of fun. Now I can do my cloud watching. prism specs. They're good. That was number 4, prismatic glasses, or some people call them TV specs. And now for my next favourite, number 3. It's not often we have lights in the shot, but in this case there's something strange about this light bulb here which I want to show. It's not like an ordinary light bulb. If I undo the power, oh, the power is now off and the regular light bulb's gone off. There's no power, so I can safely undo this bulb which has continued to stay on. How come? Well, there's secondary batteries in there, of course. And there's a switch for turning it properly off if you want to, but leave it on like this and that's all going to continue shining when there's power cuts. It's a good beam too. It will act almost like a projector, illuminating everything. And I like the construction of the beam, which is so carefully done by having about 60 of these LEDs. If we pull the filter over, you can see about 60 of them, each of them shining strongly and giving a very even light beam. So good for emergencies and good for feeding hedgehogs at midnight in the garden, so I better get out and start feeding them. Might frighten the neighbours too. That was number 3. Staying with the energy theme, here's something I took along to a lot of parties over Christmas. Here's number 2. What's this? Wow, an energy stick. When you touch the ends, the current goes to the body and it lights up. Lovely sounds, wonderful LEDs. But you can do better than this. You can get friends to hold it in a ring, and when they do, the current goes through them. So I'll ask Hendrik, one of our team, to hold the top of it. They'll hold hands. When I put my hand onto George's, wow, there we are. The current's going through 3 people now. Is that astonishing? We all joined up thinking this. There's some say that you can do up to 50 people. Imagine that in a room, sitting in chairs, all holding their hands. When the last person touches it, it'll light up. Amazing. Bit of participatory. It's playing our tune incidentally, but I think it's a funny tune. Anyway, try it for Christmas. It's a wonderful, wonderful gadget. Wow. That was number 2, the energy stick, where you hold hands and try to get in touch with the living. And now to number 1, the trick that keeps on giving, the 3 card box illusion. Anyone for cards? If I were to ask you to pick up these 3 decks of cards, and then ask you to pick up the top deck, you would say, that's a lot heavier. How come? Then all 3 decks? That's lighter. And the top one again? That's a lot heavier. So what's going on? It's an illusion. A sensory illusion, hard to get across. So we thought we'd go out on location and see what the public thought of it, and the results were amazing. All 3 very slowly, up and down. Yeah. Gravity check. Back down. Again. Now just like this. Put it down.
I presume that's so
that, but this is actually...
Wait a minute. Okay, now just the top one. Just the top one by itself.
People don't want to touch.
Become heavier.
Got here.
It has.
All 3 decks to start with. That's 3 decks of cards there, okay? Up and down. You're just aware of it. You've got sensors in your arm to detect this way. Do it once more, all 3.
No,
Put it down.
what you're weighing, yes?
A minute. Okay. Now just the top one by itself.
Very heavy.
Suddenly much
And we know there's nothing under the table, of course.
Now do one more. Both on generator. All three decks very slowly up and down. Don't hurry.
So how does that?
And down again. It's called gravity. All 3 decks. Okay, that's good. That's good. Right. Okay, now just the top deck myself. Down again slowly. Pick it up once more. A little bit higher. So you're aware of the weight of the thing, okay? And now let me just adjust on these. Okay, now just the top deck by itself. Just the top deck by itself. Ooh.
That seems heavier.
However it works.
Consistent.
It's light again.
It's amazing.
That.
It still feels the same.
It still feels that is lighter.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Spooky, even.
Somebody's just stolen my wallet.
It's all right. It's under one of these boxes.